You can stop today. We can stop everything. Get off Facebook. Get off Twitter. We have the power. Everybody cancel all of your shit. Make the government and our corporations bow to our will. We have the power.
Cancel everything.
Cancel everything.
Not your Spotify, though, because that's where you can find the Creator Podcast. Keep your Spotify. Actually, you can stream it on the website.
You can stream it from the website,
You know what? Never mind.
Stream it from the website.
Cancel your Spotify.
Also, call me. My phone number is... I'll do this over the phone with you. Welcome to another episode of the Creature Podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Lindsay.
And today we're talking about 1996's The Frighteners, written by Peter Jackson and Fran Walsh, and directed by Peter Jackson. Weirdly, the internet can't decide if these two are married, but it doesn't matter. They've been together their whole lives. They've collaborated on everything from Meet the Feebles, think The Muppets, but hard R, to 50 fucking thousand hours of Hobbit cinema. They have been together co-writing the whole time. If you ask me, these two peaked in the early 90s with Brain Dead, aka Dead Alive in the States, but that's why nobody asked me. Jamie, you've seen this, but a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a really long time. Something about Michael J. Fox.
Something about Michael J. Fox. Lindsay.
Yes.
Anything before we
Sure.
just jump in?
I walked into this movie knowing that I loved it. I grew up watching it. I saw it for the first time when I was 14 in the theaters, and I knew I was going to enjoy this movie regardless of podcast eyes,
Cool.
as we call them. So
That's interesting because podcast eyes got me.
yeah,
Got me this time.
yeah, no. This movie is beloved for me, so I am
Right on.
happy to do on this.
We're going to own a vintage one sheet of this in like 3 days.
Oh
so
yeah, another poster on the wall.
Gotta find a wall. All
I
right.
think it's on a door, actually, right?
I got plans.
On the ceiling.
Oh.
Shit, Jamie.
I hate that scene in my back room. Cool.
No,
It's
okay.
something to discuss off mic. All right, Lindsay.
Okay.
Take us through
So
The
the
Frighteners.
movie starts with a rainy night. It's a creepy old Victorian house. Then there's a scream, and we see a woman running down the stairs in her nightdress.
Now, this is a high camera rain night going down into this Victorian thing. A Danny Elfman score starts. It is incredibly Burton-esque. In fact, it's the beginning of Tales from the Crypt, which is not an accident. Apparently, this was supposed to be Robert Zemeckis wanted this to be a Tales from the Crypt spin-off movie, whatever that means. But it has that same kind of like quirky, Burton-esque, like Elfman vibe.
Nice.
It's awesome. It looks wonderful.
So we see this character's mom, and she says, "Sins of the flesh will ruin her." She's like yelling at the walls.
And the girl running is not young.
No, she's like 40,
Yeah.
do the math here.
There's
Yeah, she's got to be in her 40s.
You can do a lot of math in this movie.
Yeah, she's in her mid-40s.
This is Dee Wallace. This
Okay.
is Horror Movie's mom. The last time we saw her was in The Howling. She's the main character in The Howling.
Wow, okay.
She's the mom in Cujo, the mom in E.T., the mom in
okay.
Critters. So she's
I've never
all
seen
over
Cujo.
horror
I
movies.
haven't seen E.T. since I was a child.
Yeah.
Okay.
I made the joke that is a horror movie in my eyes back in The Howling, so
Yeah.
I won't say that on mic again.
You
Anyway.
can say whatever you want on mic again.
I'll just cut it out.
Okay, so she hides. And the girl is running. She hides, and the walls come out and grab her. So like the walls are like trying to.
Yeah, so this is
Grab her.
This is the early days of the Weta Workshop, which is just a couple years old at this point. They will develop into a gigantic special effects house, Lord of the Rings.
It wasn't
a million
horrible.
things.
It didn't like age horribly.
It's not great.
It's not great.
The movie is very clearly a showcase for what they can do.
Right.
This entity is pushing through Freddy Krueger style walls, where it's like latex being pushed through. But the trick here is it's Victorian wallpaper and it's incredibly
and it's
complex
obviously CGI.
textures.
It's not
Yeah.
like Freddy Krueger.
So
yeah,
that was a white wall and literally somebody pushing their face against like a latex.
Yeah, no, this is CGI.
This is CGI, and it's these elaborate texture maps
Yeah.
that this face and hands are going, and it jumps around. There's weird inconsistencies of what this man ghost can like go through. He goes
Sure.
through a table at one point.
Yeah.
He goes through, but he won't go through metal. It doesn't really matter, but
Like in Ghost World, is whatever you believe. I mean, we just watched that cartoon where the ghost forgot he could walk on upper floors and started falling
There's
through.
a lot of Ghost World wiggliness in this that kind of bothers me.
I feel like all Ghost Worlds are wiggly.
They don't have to be. But Yeah, this is, so far, this ghost, how it appears is pushing through
Walls.
textiles and
Yeah.
walls and stuff like that.
So her mom comes out with a shotgun and goes, "The wicked will be punished." And then she shoots the carpet-covered apparition.
Yeah.
And the spirit that's underneath the carpet.
It's like a shadow ghost comes out of the hole
And escapes and
flies into your face.
Yeah. And then the title card, the
Title
Frighteners.
card, the Frighteners.
Yeah. So then we see a funeral procession.
This is a foggy day, a funeral procession, and this is the beginning of the New Zealand of it all.
And I mean, like, the funny thing is that this movie is set in America, but it's 100% New Zealand. It's hilarious.
The first problem I had, I think, as a kid, and didn't realize I carried with me all this time.
Yeah.
It is unlike anything you've ever seen in America.
No.
There is not a moment. It revels.
Houses aren't built like that.
Houses aren't built like that. The hills going directly down into the ocean.
Yeah. Graves aren't like this.
The graves are old. It revels in the fact of these environments are beautiful and different, and then it fucking insists that it's America.
I know.
For no reason.
Yeah,
Why,
it does.
Why do you think it does that?
Well, I feel like there's less acceptance of overseas set places in America in 1996.
Look, either film
and America
your
was the
movie-
biggest movie
I understand
venue.
it.
I mean, like,
You
that's
can either
it.
film your movie in a fucking hobbit hole and not talk about it, or film it in America and call it America. There were so many ways that they underlined that this is the FBI is here, the whatever.
Yeah, there was even a statement of like, this doesn't happen in America. I don't remember. Yeah.
We'll get there because I got.
I mean,
really
it was
mad about that.
100% not America. There was nothing about it that was America.
It already sets up in the beginning that this is
But it was
a Danny
also
Elfman
beautiful, and
whimsical haunted world.
It made me want to go to New Zealand. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, and I think New Zealand's ruined now by Peter Jackson and Fran Walsh because of
I mean, I watched Broken Wood. It's beautiful.
It's fucking Hobbit tourism, though. And it's not a big place. No. Everyone's going to see the fucking walking trees and shit. People ruin everything. Yeah. Anyway. A funeral procession.
Yes. So we're like 5 minutes in the movie. We got to keep going.
It's a long movie.
Okay. There's a newspaper editor reading a story about a shadow of death out loud and a reporter in white. So, like, we flash from the funeral procession to a newspaper office.
Yeah. Every iota in this movie is for the story, which on one hand is awesome, but on the other is kind
not
of
necessary.
When it keeps building, it's a lot. So there's a editor critiquing a reporter's story who's
writing it right
out
there
loud while we flash to the funeral that the story is covering.
Correct. Yeah. So Fairwater, synonymous with death since the infamous 1964 Bradley Bartlett murder spree. Right. So that's a big important thing.
Write that down on your notepad, everybody.
So the editor then sends the reporter to talk to people in person. So he's now at the funeral.
Right. So what's going on now is 37 able-bodied fit people have died of heart attacks recently. People are dropping dead. They don't know what this mysterious ailment is.
36.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And
it's not 36. It's less than that. Minus 11.
No, babe.
Yeah. They don't know about the original 11.
Then, okay, this has to. The amount of numbers in this movie, dates and whatever.
So a bunch of people have died.
There is a mysterious pandemic of people just dying of heart attacks when they can't figure out, there's no medical reason for it.
Right.
And this reporter is doing purple prose about like death has once again come over our fair town.
Right.
Remember that murder spree that has no causal relationship to mysterious ailments. It was just a shoot 'em up.
But it's just saying like we haven't had this much death since that last time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a small town. And the editor doesn't love this. She says, knock it off, go out there, get with the people, and stop talking about death as a person.
Right.
So now the reporter's out with the people at
this funeral.
At this rainy funeral, and in walks
Frank Bannister, which is Michael J. Fox. Yeah. Now, this was like his last big movie, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
At the time. It was right before. It was before his announcements of being sick, maybe?
I'm sure. I don't know where. I know you said movie, but I don't know where he's at in Spin City.
Yeah. which was in the 90s also.
That was in the 90s also.
Yeah.
But he's on the cusp of. He looks great in this. He's not too. I mean, he may be a little shaky, but it's excellent casting because this is making Michael J. Fox an asshole.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, by the end of it.
He was an asshole in Family Ties.
I can't tell you what Michael P. Keaton did or did not do.
He's a young Republican in a family of hippies, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. I think it was like the daughters are less hippie-ish. I think they're more normal.
They're more consumerism, yes.
Sure, whatever.
Yes. Anyways, okay.
I can't.
Frank Bannister is a psychic investigator. and he has shown up at this funeral to try to drum up business.
It's a ambulance chaser, but for psychic
for
and
ghosts.
the dead.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah. So he's at the funeral. He's passing out his business card. The reporter notices him and starts, like, he's with there with the photographer, so they start taking pictures.
And he gets shooed out of this thing.
He does. He gets shooed out.
And as he gets kicked out of this fucking funeral, he just tosses his business cards into the crowd.
Yeah.
As if he's like, maybe they'll pick that
Like
one,
confetti.
find one on the
Yeah.
ground.
And then he gets in a really ugly yellow Volvo.
It's a trashy Volvo.
It looks like almost like it's the shape of this Volvo is like a Studebaker. It is crazy.
If a Studebaker shrunk in the wash.
Yeah, and it's like really badly like primed yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, so then he drives down this winding road on a hill by just like going over from road to road instead of
It's
going
incredibly
through.
SSS, and he's doing a straight line.
Yeah, he's going a straight line.
That's just his character trait. Is he drives like a fucking maniac?
Yeah, and he doesn't care. Yeah, he just doesn't care.
Remember, this is how he killed his wife.
We haven't told
know.
people that yet.
And he still is just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna drive.
Right. So
As
as
the
he's
crow flies.
driving like a crazy person, he ends up crashing into someone's yard, and the homeowner is very upset about his lawn. So,
Which he drives through a white picket fence
And some gnomes.
and just tears a perfectly green postage stamp up.
yeah,
We would be mad too.
we would totally be mad. So basically, this guy yells at him, and he just drives away.
He basically says,
He gives him his
hey,
card.
here's a card, we'll work it out. And then he purposefully turns the car to reverse back over
Yeah,
a lawn gnome.
he does do that.
Like, he's very mindful to do
He's a
damage
dick,
on
and
his
they're
way out.
definitely like papering that he is a dick to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we flash to a scene where we meet Dr. Lucy Lindsay, and she has now shown up to the Victorian from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, this is an actress that I always was like, oh, Andie MacDowell's in this movie. And no, it's absolutely not.
Literally what I was thinking. I was like, Anna McDowell's in this. And then I looked it up this morning and was looking at the cast and was like, nope.
Nope. and once you see her on screen, it's very much not. It's almost like they were like, make her Andie MacDowell-esque. But how she acts, I don't love Andie MacDowell as an actress. Mm-hmm. This actress is Trini Alvarado, and she's warm and wonderful. She's very good in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's she's making a house call
Like a doctor's house call.
to the spooky Victorian house from the beginning.
Where Patricia, who was the woman that was running down the stairs, being attacked by the ghost.
Right. She drives the entry to this place. She drives under a dilapidated sign that says Sanitarium Fairweather Hospital.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, it's the house.
It's the house
But
of the director for the hospital.
Yeah, and later on, it kind of expands on what this is.
Yeah. Okay. So she goes in, she checks over Patricia from the incident last night with the ghost.
Which is crazy because the cold open, I'm like, that was 3 years later. I'm like, nope, that cold open happened 12 hours ago or
it
something
happened
like
12
that.
hours ago. So mom won't let her leave for stitches. I never got mom's name. And
No.
Bradley is the last name. Mrs. Bradley, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And she of the Bradley Bartlett massacre.
Right. So she tells Lucy that she's like, you don't know who my daughter is, and I can have her locked up whenever I want.
Right.
And then she's like, they said it was accessory after the fact, but she knows the truth, and it was cold-blooded murder.
Right. This is the mom ushering her out. Dr. Lucy's very concerned because there's obvious abuse here. Obviously, Patricia's a hostage in this house.
Yeah.
And the movie just says, yeah, that's what's happening here. The mom is doing it because she's trying to keep people safe from her daughter, basically.
Yeah, it tells us as the audience member of that movie, but Lucy doesn't see that.
Well, Lucy doesn't believe the mom, but
Yeah.
the mom is telling Lucy
She
straight
is.
face that they say that this girl is fine, but she is not.
She's not. So,
It's just, who do you trust, the daughter or the mom?
right. So Lucy leaves, and then we flash to a history film telling us about how 12 people were gunned down by John Charles Bartlett, a madman rampage through Fairhaven Sanatorium.
Yeah, it's very much a true crime documentary. It's all like heightened and like, on a dark and rainy night, Johnny Smith Bartlett went on a killing spree, killing 12. And it's heightened because Johnny Bartlett is played by Jake Busey.
Yes.
Just teeth. and
Yes.
wild eyes. This cast is great.
It is good cast.
I was in the very beginning, I'm like trying to write stuff and the cast names keep popping up. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the video tells us that Patricia was implicated in the murders, but because she was madly in love with Bartlett.
She's 15.
She's
It's
15.
very young. I don't care
Very
if
young.
you are part of this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a child.
Yeah. And then the video stops. Lucy was actually watching this while she was in bed, and her husband, Ray, the yard guy from earlier,
The yuppie from the yard earlier.
yeah, is doing sit-ups on the floor.
Yeah.
So Ray is like really macho in a bad way.
Yeah,
And
he's
he
not
like
great.
keeps like shushing her
He's
when
shushing,
she's trying to speak,
and then
he's not listening to anything she says.
No. He disapproves of her true crime documentary.
Yes,
and then says, let's just fuck instead.
Yeah, basically. She made a comment about falling in love with the wrong guy, you know.
That's a great little moment of this. So it's also revealed that they don't know a lot of this backstory because they've just been in town for 3 weeks.
Right.
So this is a new job for her and whatever.
Yeah.
And Lucy is empathizing with the 15-year-old Patricia because she just fell in love with the wrong man. And she kind of wistfully says, that could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Because she's very obviously not into
happy. Yeah.
this dude.
Yeah.
As Ray is...
So as Ray is trying to initiate his sexy time with her, Tiger is getting lonely, he says.
It's
I wrote
gross.
creepy. Yeah, I wrote creepy.
This
Yeah.
movie gets grosser.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I don't know. That seems like, is that supposed to turn someone on? That's what you said. I'm like, ugh.
No, there's nothing about
No.
There's nothing about this that's remotely like...
No. I mean, I feel like he's supposed to be creepy. We're supposed to not want him to be her husband. Because, you know, that's where the movie wants us to do. So as he's trying to initiate, he finds Frank Bannister's business card.
In the bed.
And he's like, I tore this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he back here? Like, he's
Exactly.
like, whatever. And then
The lights start to flicker.
the moment you start to think, how did this happen? The haunting begins.
Yeah, the lights start to flicker, the bed starts to levitate while Lucy's on it, and of course her husband bails off the bed.
Yeah.
Elvis floats by.
There's an Elvis statue. There's a lot of fucking little jokes in there that I hate. But what I like is there's a Raggedy Ann doll that's sitting on the bed that is now walking around, which, if you know, the actual Annabelle doll in real life is a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
And I have to think that these guys knew that
Yeah.
before Annabelle got her weird fucking scary doll makeover.
Right. So Ray gets her off the bed, and then they're in the kitchen, and dishes are flying all over the place while Lucy is calling Frank.
I loved...
And Ray is like, there has to be a rational explanation for this. While the dishes are flying at his head, there's a rational explanation. Sure. And she's like, Ray, we have a poltergeist.
We have a poltergeist. I feel like that was definitely in the trailer. It's such a trailer read.
So then Ray gets knocked out by some flying thing.
Yeah, something hits him over the head.
And then Frank shows up.
I love this. So she calls Frank. He's at his house eating toast. He's like, I'll be right there. Hard cut to his car driving through another part of the picket fence. The only part of the picket fence that's still up and over another gnome.
Another gnome.
On purpose. This guy is such a douchebag.
So he comes in and he's really surprised that the activity has stopped, but...
yeah, he's like trying to be like, oh, the toilet seat flapped.
She's like, no.
The dining room table spun.
No.
She's like, no. He's like, okay.
Yeah. So basically he negotiates with them like that he won't have to pay any damages towards the lawn if he helps them, basically.
Yeah, he's like, it's going to be this much. It's a very Ghostbusters read. He's like, oh, he's looking into a thing, and it's like, oh, this is PKE emanation, the worst I've ever seen. It's exactly like the Ghostbusters in the hotel where it's like, this is going to run you about $450. Mm-hmm. And Ray, the husband, is just like, what fucking ever, dude. Just do it. Just do it. Well, no, actually, first he's like, we're not paying that. He's like, or we could just call it the fence and everything a deal. And Ray's just like, fine, do it. Because I'm getting bilked right now, and I accept that.
Yeah. Okay, so he pulls out this device that looks like a plastic radio.
It's so weird.
It's very strange. And then he starts the device. And then he says emanations are confined to the cemetery, but they can escape sometimes. And that's how they got it haunted. He pulls out a gun, which startles Lucy, but it turns out it's just a water gun.
Holy water
pistol.
Water gun.
Yeah. Ray is insistent it's bullshit. He's just over there. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
The whole time. So then the device spits out a metallic blue paper bag, like 3x3 or something.
It just looks like something you get fancy coffee in.
Yeah. It's
like coffee grounds.
Yeah. And then he's like, there are 6 emanations inside here, and asks, do you want to keep it? Some people like souvenirs. And she's like, no. And so he throws it into the garbage disposal and then starts the garbage disposal, which also, like, if they're confined to the bag and they're spirits, wouldn't that just open the bag? Whatever.
You cannot start picking this apart yet. It is.
And then he's like, don't worry, they can't feel a thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's all a P.T. Barnum kind of smoke show of getting rid of a haunting.
Yeah. So then Ray's like, okay, you're done, and starts to kick him out of the house. And we see a glowing carved 37 on Ray's forehead.
It is 37 on his forehead.
And Frank is like, what's with the number? And only Frank can see it.
This is the first time Frank Bannister has stopped, saw something, and was like,
Yeah.
That bothers me.
Yeah.
That's a fucked up thing.
Ray takes the gun from him and then starts to like shoot him out of the house, basically. Right. He's like driving him out with the water
I am worried
pistol.
about the amount of detail you have in your notes for the third act of this movie.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just going to have
I
to
never
be like,
know, like, when we start a movie, what I need, and so I just take everything.
I totally understand.
Okay.
But when we get there and we've been here for like a day and a half,
Okay,
I'm going to have to be like...
I will start skipping things that are not necessary. Also, the creepy wall spirit is watching the whole thing go down.
Right, so Frank leaves the house, and they're like, he was a charlatan. Lucy doesn't quite agree. They go off to bed, and there's the wallpaper ghost shows up for a second, like, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, so then Frank goes to his house, and a ghost steps out of the trunk.
This is a cool set. So he drives up to this, like, not dilapidated,
It's just not done.
unfinished house that's been sitting out in the weather. Tarps are blowing in the rain. He lives in a half-done mansion.
House. Reminded me when I was a kid, we used to like ride our bikes to like places like this and like dick around in the empty construction sites on Saturdays and stuff.
100%.
Yeah, it was super fun.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were a little too young to experience dicking around in a construction site.
Oh, no. We did it all the time. So, anyways, this ghost that steps out is kind of like a nerdy 1950s guy, and he's like about to throw up because I'm guessing he's motion sick. And then a leisure suit wearing, pure 1970s African-American man steps out of the trunk complaining that he's like, I'm done riding in the trunk.
This is the second proof of concept of special effects that you're going to see throughout this movie is the ghosts, which walk through things to various degrees. The first nerdy ghost is Stuart. Yeah. He's played by Jim Fife. He was in some X-Files and Lone Gunman stuff. The other ghost, his name is Cyrus. He's played by Shide McBride, who for us...
He's in everything.
Was in a bunch of stuff, but for us is Emerson Codd from Pushing Daisies.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, main character in all the episodes. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen Pushing Daisies, go find it. It's great stuff.
Yeah. So Frank is like admonishing them for leaving him high and dry tonight and asks who put the number on his head, and they're like, neither one of us did that.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even communicate that well. He's like, whoever, you guys let me down. You didn't do half the things I wanted. And this is a real bad boss worker situation where they're trying to negotiate. I know this happens a little later, but they're like, we're tired of being in the trunk.
Yeah.
And he's like, you are gross ectoplasm, so you're not getting that all over my piece of shit Volvo. He's like consistently this dick bag. And then he's like, and whoever did the 37, the number on the forehead, that was bullshit. And he just walks off, and both of the ghosts just look at each other and we're like, I don't know. They don't even tell him that they didn't do it.
Right.
They just kind of like, we don't know what he's talking about, and go their separate ways.
Yeah. So it's now the next morning, and we actually see the whole of Frank's unfinished house.
Yeah.
He's eating cereal, and the ghosts are around him. Stuart is attracting flies because of his ectoplasm, and like they ooze ectoplasm out of every orifice. So like their eyes are tearing, their ears are tearing.
There's a line later that
there is
when he's talking to Ray.
But you're looking at this ghost that's all in blue, and you're like, what is going on with him?
Yeah.
You know. So,
there's like that I like because there's a line later that just explains it, and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
So then there's a ghost dog who is chewing on a jawbone.
Yep.
And Cyrus is complaining again. And then
they
the
want
judge
cigars,
shows up, which is John Aston.
I know it's that's my Gomez Adams.
I know. I was like, what?
Buried in a ton of makeup. This is Sean Astin's dad.
Yeah.
And I know everyone loves Raul Julia. This is my Gomez.
Yeah.
He's buried in makeup, so you could hardly tell it's him.
I mean,
but he's this like Wild West.
He has like no torso. He's all spine. He's all bones. He comes around the corner and he's just shooting guns.
Yeah.
And
at the dog because the dog has his jawbone.
Yeah, the dog still is. Yeah. So Frank catches the dog and gives the jawbone back to him. And then the judge starts talking about retiring himself, but Frank won't hear it because he's like, you're my number one.
Yeah, there's a little moment here where the judge is trying to tell him, this is not a good way. He says, death ain't no way to make a living, and there's too many skeletons in your closet.
Right. So then there's a whole scene where the ghosts are setting up another staged attack.
Yeah, while the judge is talking to him, Frank circles a death notice of some rich dude. And so we cut to this big-ass mansion where Cyrus and Stuart, the ghosts, are preparing to go in to do another haunting for Frank.
Right. And they're doing this haunting, but by the time Frank shows up to the haunting, the woman who...
Yeah, it's gone awry.
It's gone awry because she found there's a newspaper article about Frank being a con man at the cemetery trying to drum up business. So the newspapers kind of fucked him. So then we jump to the newspaper office where Frank is confronting the editor. And he's basically telling her that he's just trying to earn a living. And after he basically leaves, because obviously he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's like a scene that didn't need to happen.
It didn't need to happen. He leaves the newspaper office and nearly gets run over by another funeral procession.
Well, before he gets run into by a pudgy punk, and that is Peter Jackson.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, who has a Grim Reaper pointing out from his T-shirt that the camera
Oh yeah, no, it did center
focuses
on that. Yeah.
It really like foreshadows.
Sure.
And then literally gets hit by another funeral procession.
Yes.
He rolls over the hood of the front hearse.
Yeah.
And clocks that inside it's Lucy.
It's Lucy.
Dr. Lucy from the night before.
And then he starts to walk away and he sees Ray running at him,
as
jogging.
a ghost, jogging towards him.
So eventually Ray just runs directly into him, knocking him over. And Ray is asking him for help. And Frank is like, why didn't you go take the corridor of life? That's what it's called. Corridor of life.
So
I looked that up like 7 times because I could not remember what it was called every single time.
It's the corridor of life.
Corridor of life.
I just call it the corridor from here on out.
Okay.
This is a bit of world building that we're doing. Frank takes newly ghosted Ray into the alleyway to tell him, you should have taken the corridor. Don't worry, you're going to get another...
In a year, right?
In about a year. This is some wiggly rules. Until then... You're a rotting cloud of ectoplasmic particles dripping all over the place. So that's what the ghosts are that don't take the ride to
heaven.
The afterlife.
Yeah.
It's literally heaven in this, which is annoying. But there's a real garbage heaven and hell dichotomy that just gets worse as this thing goes on.
Sure, it does. I agree.
But
it would have been better if it was just afterlife.
And Ray is, distraught, obviously, and says, Frank, can you at least take me to my own fucking funeral?
Yeah, I mean, he does ask Ray what happened. And Ray is like, I was just on the rowing machine, and then suddenly I felt a crushing pressure on my heart.
It's what has happened to a bunch of people before.
Yeah.
He didn't take the corridor, he says, because he couldn't possibly be dead. He, refused the idea that he
he's like, I don't belong going up there. I'm not dead.
Because he was healthy.
Yeah. So anyways.
I love the idea that a heart attack has never happened to somebody who's healthy. You have a congenital heart problem. I get that there's a lot of them for this small town, but it happens a lot.
All right, okay. We've gone to the cemetery, and a general-type ghost notices that Frank is there and wants him out.
Okay, this is annoying to me. So we go to the cemetery, and now we're seeing the world through basically Frank and Ray's eyes. Yeah. So the cemetery is filled with ghosts. Mm-hmm. They're all standing up. And then R. Lee Ermey shows up playing... R. Lee Ermey?
I don't know who that is.
That's wild.
Who is he? I mean, you recognize the voice, but who is he?
He is an actor that does exactly this in everything he's ever done since being in Stanley Kubrick's Platoon as the... He did one thing once and was typecast as that
poor guy
character forever.
Poor guy.
Is he always a drill sergeant?
He's always a drill sergeant, and that's what he is in this. He's a ghost drill sergeant who's, I guess, commanding every spirit in this graveyard, which in this world, when you die, you're kind of stuck in your graveyard, to lay down as a sentient ghost in your grave, doing fuck all forever. Right. That seems like a wild thing to ask.
Which doesn't really make sense, because does Ray just follow his body? Is that what's going on? Or?
Right. No, we're starting to see this all fall apart. Okay. Because earlier, Frank threatens Stu and Cy
to take them back
to the cemetery.
No, he did mention that they escape sometimes.
And they escape sometimes. So Ray, I guess...
But then they
No, that's just it. Ray hasn't been buried yet. So he's not in the cemetery.
He's not in the cemetery
That's
yet.
why, and that's what the scene is about to be.
Yeah.
Is him being trapped. So R. Lee Ermey, as a drill sergeant, tells everybody to go back down, has a confrontation with Frank.
Yeah.
Has a bunch of ghost guns.
He's got much more powers than his regular spooks seem to have.
Right. So there's power levels for these ghosts. And also he says, Frank, one of these days, you're going to be in the cemetery and then I'm going to make your life hell.
Yeah. So then we're at the gravesite, and Ray is bawling and
He's
calling
crying
it
at his own funeral.
Yeah, and
every once in a while, this movie, I identify with Ray, and then they immediately make him an asshole again. I'm like, no, I can't.
He tries to comfort Lucy, but then in doing so, he falls over because he can't touch her into his own grave, and he's asking Frank for help, and Frank is ignoring him. The sheriff has come up to talk to him.
A sheriff has approached and said, hey, you're the last one to see this dude alive other than his wife. Mm-hmm. So we're at the very beginnings of Frank being too close to all of these events.
Right. And the FBI is very interested in all of these deaths.
And once again, we're on this cliffside rolling ancient cemetery, beautiful looking down there like the FBI is going to be here. I'm like, we're not in America, everybody. There is
at closest looks like Nova Scotia or something.
No,
that is the closest.
It looks like the most beautiful part of Canada I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. But it's not.
Because it's a fucking Polynesian island. It's not in that part of the world. There's no conifers here.
So the sheriff then goes on to actually tell Frank about how all these people have died by what seems like a heart attack, but then when they open them up, their arteries are clear. And I'm like, why is he sharing all of this?
Right. I agree with you. But it just looks like for a minute their hearts were crushed.
Yes. And then Frank finally helps Ray out of the
as this is going,
cemetery.
Ray's grave is being filled with dirt, and he's basically standing in his own casket. He saw his own corpse, and he can't get out. So the dirt is getting
higher and higher
above this ghost.
And it's just a hand sticking out.
And finally, Frank pulls his ghost out.
And the sheriff had walked away, and he turns around and he sees Frank, like, obviously
pantomiming,
helping somebody out. Yeah,
the sheriff obviously can't see the ghost, so Frank is doing a weird.
But he just brushes
dance.
it off. Yeah, he just brushes it off. Lucy then notices that Frank is there, and she goes up to him and asks him if he's there because Ray wants to talk to her and if he has a message. And Frank's like, I know. And he's making her feel foolish to the point where he feels bad. And so then he's like, yeah, okay, Ray loved you very much.
And that's what Ray's saying.
I know, he is.
And I don't know why this isn't the end of that.
But
hey,
no,
your husband
so then they schedule a date.
So then,
at what looks like medieval times.
medieval times.
But without horses.
Arena.
It's like a castle. It's literally legitimately a castle restaurant with people in knights as waiters.
And again, this is one of those things that they're like, this is a hilarious scene. Is it for this movie? No. But we're going to do it anyway.
So it turns out that when they were having dinner, and it's Ray and Lucy's anniversary, and Ray has brought her flowers.
So it's Lucy and Frank, and then Ghost Ray.
Mm-hmm.
This whole scene is a combination. I guess this was scheduled in order to give Lucy some closure.
Yeah.
And like Frank can communicate what Lucy is saying. And then it becomes a meet cute.
Yeah.
Because the two of them start liking each other.
And ignoring Ray.
Yeah. Which seems like also wild. He's right there, Frank.
Well, and like the whole time Ray is surprised. Like something happens, like they're about to order wine, and Ray's like, "Oh, order red because she likes red." But then she's like, "I hate red."
I've actually never liked red.
And orders white. Like he's constantly like, "Who are you?" Because she's been hiding who she was, and she's telling.
She's been stuck in this relationship and just going along to get along, and now that her husband's dead, she's free to bloom a little bit,
right?
And her husband's watching it happen.
Yeah. So then she asks Frank why he can see Ray and she can't. And so then we hear the backstory. So he says, I was in a car accident about 5 years ago. Part of it, yeah. And sometimes when you have a traumatic experience, it alters your perception.
Right. He got in a car wreck, now he can see ghosts.
Yeah.
That's basically all.
That's all we're hearing right now.
And we know that he's an architect in this little conversation.
Yeah,
and that his dream home has never been finished.
Right, and Lucy has an important question for Ray. Where's the money?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's actually here. The most important thing I need to talk to my dead husband about is where'd you put my fucking money?
Where'd you put my money? And he lost it all in the bad investment. And Ray's like, don't tell her that, I'll take care of her. And of course, Frank's like, fuck you, you're a ghost, and tells her.
Well,
he doesn't say that.
He's like, how are you? What is your plan here for taking care of her? It's like, you should just tell her.
Yeah.
So, and that's when, in his anger, Ray is able to, affect the world for the first time, knocks over a wine glass as he gets up in rage and spills it onto Frank's lap.
And he's like, I can move the world, and then he leaves, So then Frank goes to the bathroom to clean up the wine that's been spilled on him, and inside walks a man with a 38 carved onto his forehead.
Another patron of the restaurant comes in. Frank notices there's a 38 on his forehead.
So then he starts to be weird.
He starts crawling around on the bathroom floor. Well, no. Okay, so what happens is
I think that's what's great about Michael J. Fox is there's always a scene in his movie where his character just loses it. The most bizarre shit. And you're like, what is happening to you right now?
So I think what happened, I love that you're getting critical before he notices a 38.
This is not affecting my enjoyment of the movie. I just have to point it out.
Oh, okay. I think he sees a flicker of something, which we know is code for wall ghost. But he doesn't
He's
yet.
not seen the wall ghost
yet. So
yet.
it's flickered around in an orientation that it doesn't make sense. So he starts crawling around looking under stalls to try to see if there's someone else in here with them.
Yes. And then the wall spirit, which actually comes out and looks like the Grim Reaper.
This is where I'm furious. So now this wall spirit, what we've always known as just like a man floating around behind wallpaper, comes through the mirror and now has a cloak and not a scythe yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, not a scythe yet, but now has a cloak. So now it is out of the walls.
Yeah.
It is a floating Grim Reaper type thing.
And then he reaches into the number 38's chest and crushes it.
Crushes hard, kills this man.
Yeah. And then the spirit portal, which is the
corridor
thank
of
you,
life,
opens, and he goes into the light.
and we see this old man go, "Mom," and we see what a ghost should do apparently when they die is to go up into this like very stereotypical like beam of light.
Right, and then Frank trips over the body. He goes out of the bathroom and he runs outside to track this Grim Reaper.
Chasing this Grim Reaper.
Yes.
Is there anything in this movie to explain how the wall ghost became a Reaper? How it got the ability?
We just assumed that the wall ghost was the Reaper the whole time.
No.
I mean, yes.
The movie explicitly tells you this wall ghost has acquired a cloak. It powered up.
Yeah. Okay.
So I told you earlier.
But I feel like that's not true. I feel like for me, I felt like he was
gonna
just
power
a
up
wall
again.
ghost. The wall ghost was always the Reaper in the walls.
Nope, because it loses the cloak later, and then it has to be a wall ghost again.
But he was also a Reaper in the flashback to back to number 13. So
yeah, it's a bad movie. This is what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense. I forgot.
Again, you asked me this morning if I cared about the rules of the ghost world, and I said no.
So there is a 14-minute longer extended cut of this, wherein it seems like the guy, the wall ghost, we won't go into it just yet.
We won't tell, yeah.
Acquired the accoutrement of death itself in order to get out and affect the world in a more physical way.
Got it. Okay.
And it's going to have a scythe soon.
So they tried to explain it in the extended version.
I don't know that because I will not watch 14 more minutes of this movie. But I have to assume, as we get into the minutia of the rules later on, that there has to have been an attempt to explain how this wall ghost became a Reaper.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Whatever.
Anyway, Frank has now left medieval times to go chase this Reaper.
Yes.
That's a real sentence.
Yeah. And we flash to the cop shop, and Frank is identified as coming out of the bathroom right before this guy's body was discovered at the cop shop. So we're having a conversation between cops, and they're saying,
so once again, Frank Bannister is
person of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucy is brought into the cop shop as a witness, and the sheriff orders them to bring Frank in. Meanwhile, Frank, Judge, Cyrus, and Stewart are all chasing the Grim Reaper.
Are all driving a Volvo. I love how it's like, this is a dangerous car chase through garbage. I'm like, no, this is just how he drives. He just drives through shit.
Yeah, and they chase him.
They stop at, I think, the harbor or something. I think it goes over the water or something where they can't drive.
So then we flash back to the cop shop, and Dammers has shown up. And I will let you do this part.
Hi. Hi, podcast. Hi, podcast listeners. Jeffrey Combs has entered the movie. I love Jeffrey Combs. He is playing an FBI agent called Milton Dammers. Jeffrey Combs is one of my favorite actors. He got on my radar through a series of Stuart Gordon movies that were doing Lovecraftian pastiches like From Beyond, Castle Freak, and Reanimator. All of those are ooey gooey fucked up movies that I really want to do it for the podcast, but I think Lindsay will think less of me. I'm probably going to convince her to do From Beyond because it's super fun, but there is a man wrestling an alligator-sized
penis
short?
In it.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Let's do it. We should have like a month of shorts or something.
A month of Mike movies that are short, so it's okay. He's been in newer stuff like I Still Know What You Did Last Summer and the remake of The House on Haunted Hill. He was a creepy doctor in that.
Yeah.
Whatever he's in, he has this amount of fucking scenery chewing that he can do, and boy, does he have a mouthful of this guy. In this one, he is this alternately like quiet, timid, scared, aggressive.
Yeah.
He walks in and out of rooms, forward and backwards. He sits down and then stands up again.
His energy doesn't settle. Yeah.
He is an unsettling presence.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. So he has shown up.
So Dammers has shown up, and he's from the FBI. He starts to question Lucy, who yells at him for the dumb questions he's asking her. And Dammers then proceeds to run off and get sick. He has a problem with women yelling at him.
Yeah. And so the character's right. He pukes when he's such a garbage incel that the scariest thing in the world to him is a woman who's mad. And it's such a violent response, he vomits.
Yeah.
I wish that affected so many people.
Yeah. This is the perfect...
Because I would just be screaming.
You would,
all
for
the
sure.
time. I don't like you.
Well,
Go throw up.
you kind of do. So I think you're just testing the waters. I could
I'm
possibly
still trying to
puke.
find my perfect person, my soulmate.
Will you puke if I yell at you? Is that a way we can navigate this relationship?
So then the sheriff goes out to comfort Dammers, and he gets freaked out because the sheriff tries to like touch him, and he's like, "You are violating my territorial bubble." And I'm like, "Wow, that is so Gen Z," and it was so early.
Well, and also the sheriff, who's like the nicest character in this.
Yeah.
He's like the glue that's trying to hold this fucking bonkers situation together, tells Lucy that he is a 20-year specialist in the occult.
Yeah.
And he did mostly undercover work in cults and sex.
Yeah.
So all of this, like, being immersed undercover
has
in
damaged
this
him,
garbage has
obviously.
made him
Yeah.
fucking the most broken man in the world.
Yeah. So Dammers then tells Lucy Frank's history. He was constructing his new home. He was drinking that morning. Frank and wife got in a fight because he was supposed to put in a garden, but instead he put in a basketball court because he's an asshole. So then they later drive off together, but the argument continues and they're yelling in the car. And he's like, there was a utility knife that Frank just purchased that morning that was supposed to be in that car. And
Which was never found. All this minutia is just like so kind of annoying.
it is. So they continue to argue, and as obviously in the movie, we're also seeing the flashback of this at the same time.
It's well done communicating this because as the talkings happen, we're following the car, and then the camera goes through the trunk, through the toolbox to see the utility knife with an FB, the Frank Bannister initials on the side. It's communicating all this wonderfully. I'm just like, we don't need all of it.
We don't. So then Frank continues to argue, and the car leaves the road because Frank is driving too fast, and she died.
Which is just how he... Look, also, you keep wanting for Frank Bannister to be more sympathetic, and he never is.
He's never it, yeah.
He's just a drunk asshole who is driving like he always drives, went off the road, and threw his wife out of the car.
Right. So then he was found 2 hours later with no memory of what happened after the accident. His utility knife was completely missing, and it's still missing to this day. And the really odd thing was that Mrs. Bannister had the number 13 carved in her forehead.
Right.
So back to the ghost crew. The judge is telling the others about the soul collector.
Right, so they're still on the harbor side,
Trying to
outside of
find-
the car.
yeah.
And the judge is going like, that's not a ghost. That is
soul collector.
what he says a soul collector. What is obviously
saying
a
it's a
Grim
Grim
Reaper.
Reaper.
It's
Yeah.
a Grim Reaper.
Yeah. And so then we see a quarter of life appear above what looks like a museum. And then in the distance.
Way in the distance. And Frank just
drives
jumps
off.
in the car.
Leaves
and
the ghost
drives,
behind.
starts leaving
Yeah.
the ghost.
Yeah. So then we get to the museum and there's an event going on.
This fucking scene.
I know, it's horrible.
This
And
scene is so bad.
it turns out it was the reporter from the gravesite earlier in the movie who had died, and he was number 39.
Inside the museum, they're having a like Egyptian burial. It's called embalming.
It's just a mummy thing. There's a mummy there, a woman mummy.
Right. And Frank enters mid, event where everyone is around. The young reporter from the beginning of the movie has fallen over dead.
Yeah. And so he's number 39. Yeah, he has the 39 on his forehead, and he's flying up through the corridor of life.
He's taking the corridor.
Then the newspaper editor, his boss across the room, is yelling at Bannister that there's no money for him here.
Yeah.
And then Frank sees the 40 is now on her forehead. And he's like, you're next. And she's like, are you threatening me? And she starts freaking out. And as the cops walk in, she's yelling about him threatening her, and they draw their weapons.
Right. So the cops are coming to take Frank in. Anyway, all of this hubbub is happening. Guns are pulled. And this is the most American this New Zealand-ass movie has ever done. Because these cops are going to
Because cops in New Zealand don't actually carry guns.
Exactly.
Because I watch Brokenwood.
I'm telling you, this is America. So this is the one thing that they got really right, is that these cops have pulled guns and they're just going to shoot
Now,
the fuck
there's a
out of this whole place.
possibility that New Zealand passed a law at some point between 1996 and Brokenwood that there were, because but.
Boy, that's an asterisk, so we don't.
I know, I'm just saying.
Apparently, also, Kash Patel just opened up a wing of the FBI in New Zealand last month with blah, 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 so.
Okay. Anyways.
I don't know.
So then the Grim Reaper ghost shows up at this museum and is coming back to grab the editor, number 40. And then the judge walks in the door shooting his little blank guns, his ghost guns, until the Reaper goes away. He basically shoots at the Reaper.
So it's ghost on ghost violence here. And his guns are effective against the Reaper.
Yeah, and he's so excited. He's like, I'm not shooting blanks now. Yeah.
And so he rapes a mummy.
He does. he sees a
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah,
that.
he sees a sarcophagus, and he's like, mighty fine woman, good teeth, and then starts
gets
to
in
fuck
there,
her.
and you see his ghost butt coming out of the sarcophagus. That's not the worst part of this interaction. We'll get there.
Okay, so the cops are shooting at Frank, and the mummy just starts to move, the actual skeleton of the mummy.
So
and
this is Stuart and Cyrus are puppeteering the mummy towards the cops, and they're shooting up the mummy.
Yes, and the cops actually shoot the mummy to bits, and then the Reaper comes back and slices the judge in half.
Yeah.
That's the end of the judge.
Oh, so yeah.
This is when he scythes up. Yeah.
After the whole pumping up and down thing happens, we do cut back where the judge comes out of the sarcophagus and says, "I love it when they lay still like that."
Yeah, no,
and
I didn't want to say
something
that.
that sucks so bad.
Yeah, I couldn't write that down. So.
That I'm like, John Aston.
It's not his fault. He's reading lines.
No, that's what I'm saying. And I looked up, and he seems incredibly old in this, and he's only like in his early 60s. I was like, thank God this wasn't like your last your last sentence that you said in a movie. Anyway,
God.
Reaper. This is when the scythe comes out.
Yeah, that's when the scythe comes out.
And the scythe is a ghost.
It's pretty fucking cool when he when he gets the scythe out, he bangs it on the floor and there's a big stick, and then he bangs it again and then the blade
it wiggles open.
Yes, and it's
cool
so
as
great.
Fuck.
Yes, it is very fucking cool.
If I ever made I almost want to develop a prop for this, where you boom and make a whole blade.
I don't even know how you would do that.
It would be impossible.
But it was very fucking cool. So. After the judge has been sliced in half, Frank then punches the editor lady and takes her in an effort to save her. He kidnaps her.
He punches her in the fucking face.
Yeah, he knocks her out.
Again, a lot of violence towards women right now.
Yeah, and then his ghost buddies distract the cops. So he's put the lady in his car, he's driving away, the Reaper is on top of Frank's car, and he's slicing into it with a scythe, and then it catches Frank under the neck.
It looks cool.
It looks really cool.
And this
but
again,
it doesn't
there's a little bit of blood there. Now all the wiggle room in the world is happening where what is ghost that can affect flesh?
Humans, yeah.
What flesh can affect ghosts? All of this is getting
Well, obviously the
vague.
Reaper cowl gives him power to affect
Yeah, where'd he
the
get
human.
that?
Well, obviously that was in the extended cut that we haven't seen.
I love that you're just on my side now. Anyway.
Yeah, okay. So while this blade is under his chin, Frank has a flashback of the day his wife died. He basically stops seeing the current time and only can see the past.
Yeah.
He wrecks the car, and Magda, who's the editor of, this is when I finally learned her name, she's crying hysterically. By the way, subtitles didn't turn on until the fucking morgue scene for some fucking
That's
reason.
weird.
I couldn't get them to turn on, and they just magically turned on.
Hey, guys, these streaming services suck ass. Stop paying for all of them. They're only going to
They keep getting more expensive.
They get more expensive. They're only merging into bigger and bigger things. Stop paying for this shit and just go to your local library and get DVDs. You can stop today. We can stop everything. Get off Facebook. Get off Twitter. We have the power. Everybody cancel all of your shit. Make the government and our corporations bow to our will. We have the power.
Cancel everything.
Cancel everything.
Not your Spotify, though, because that's where you can find the Creature podcast. Keep your Spotify. Actually, you can stream it on the website.
You can stream it from the website,
You know what? Never mind.
Stream from the website.
Cancel your Spotify.
Also, call me. My phone number is... I'll do this over the phone with you.
We'll start a Discord. You can just chat with them all day.
I feel like this beer's getting to my head a little faster than it normally
Did you
does.
eat anything today?
Start doing cameos.
I ate Halloween candy today.
I did see you eat candy today.
It is 9:30 in the morning.
It is 11:57.
Oh, no. All right.
Okay. So Frank is still seeing the past and the current at the same time. It's flashing back and forth for him. The Reaper gets Magna.
So basically...
My notes get a little Ghosts TV show instead of Ghosts this movie. Sorry.
Frank and his editor have a car wreck. That's exactly like what Frank went through with
With his
Deborah.
wife,
They on the same road, same place. Is almost reenacted exactly. Frank is on the ground and sees the editor passed out, flashes again to his dead wife, and then the Reaper shows up.
The Reaper
right?
just comes and he kills Magda.
And kills Magda.
And I wrote, she gets sucked off, which is straight out of the Ghosts TV
Ghosts.
show. Yeah.
The U.S. version.
The U.S. version. The Tunnel of Life or whatever comes and picks her up and she leaves. That's what they call it in the Ghost TV
you get
show.
you
You
get
get
what?
sucked off. It's supposed to be a dirty joke.
I get that. I just was that in the whatever.
No,
so
it
she
wasn't.
gets sucked
But
off.
I
then
thought
what
it was
happens?
funny. Yeah. Frank goes then to the police station, and while he shows up, he gets arrested, which is a really funny scene.
It's a great scene.
It's a really funny
scene.
scene.
We cut to the police station, and Jeffrey Combs, as Milton's there, going, "You're never going to find this guy. He's super savvy. We're going to have to search this and that." And then Frank just walks in and turns himself in.
Yeah. Except for, I don't think he just came to report Magda's death. He did not come to, turn himself in as a murderer.
What a terrible plan that he's like, I'm going to save you. But then they go off and it's just the two of them. And then when he comes back, she's dead. And he's like,
you got to remember, the villain is, nobody can see the villain except for Frank, no matter what.
This is also a movie that is so wild to me because they're like, Frank's the worst. And you're waiting for his arc to be better. And he's never better. It was secondhand, the story about, the death of his wife.
Yeah.
Drunk, basketball court, all of that. It's all true. He drunkenly, in anger, drove his wife off the road to her. I get that maybe
she probably was just knocked out. Yeah.
I get that maybe she wasn't dead, but still, that's a fucking deal breaker.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Frank tells Lucy at the police station that he's a bad person and that he lied to her and to go home.
Right.
She's trying to say, you're a good person, and stuff.
Yeah, Lucy's trying to, my notes say, Frank, Harry, and the Hendersons her. Where he's like, I'm bad. Go to the woods. Get out of here.
Lucy has terrible taste in men.
Oh, horrible. So Dammers is accusing Frank of killing 28 people. And he actually kicks the sheriff out because the sheriff's like, come on, man, this is not real. And he kicks the sheriff out because he's like, I have jurisdiction here. You need to leave.
So Milton, the FBI agent, is questioning Frank.
Yeah. So Frank tells Dammers about the Reaper figure reaching into people's hearts and crushing them. He tells Dammers that he can see the other side and communicate with them. And Dammers does not believe a word he's saying, and he tells them it's all in his mind, and it's not a separate entity.
So basically, he's heard this all before.
Because of all his cult
experience, and you're using the idea of a Grim Reaper as an avatar for your killing.
Yeah.
Every time, and I'm adding this little spice to the movie that they didn't bother to do, is like you got your heart broken, so you're breaking all these hearts.
Sure.
Because you can't face it that you're doing it, you're creating the idea.
I mean, he literally tries to tell Bannister that they all died when he was near them, and I'm like, no, he was near 4 out of 28 people.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Again.
I mean,
I wrote that down here. It doesn't matter.
The reporter died in a public place in a room full of people before Frank even got there.
Yeah.
But he showed up at some point, so he has a connection.
So they're like, you did it.
Yeah. So then he sees that Frank is shaking, and he thinks Bannister is trying to now kill him with his powers, his psychic powers.
That is the funny thing. I forgot about this. Milton doesn't believe that the Grim Reaper's doing this, but he does believe Frank has psychic powers that he's able to crush
people's hearts.
Hearts with his mind.
Yeah. So he backs up and he rips open his shirt to reveal a lead breastplate that he's wearing.
Like, can't catch me.
You can't catch me. I protected myself. So then we flash to Lucy, who has gone to Frank's unfinished house.
So Lucy is now
she's
just on the case.
She's on the case, yeah. Ray has gone with her. We see that the house is a dump, but the basketball court was turned into a lovely garden.
Yeah.
With a lemon tree, yeah. While there, Patricia's mom calls Bannister and leaves a voicemail. Sorry, an answering machine message on an actual tape.
So all of this is like, and then movie happens, and then movie happens. It's basically Lucy has to hear.
That's how the rest of the movie goes. She's calling for help with Patricia.
So Old Lady Bannister, which actually is her name in the credits. Is,
Old Lady Baylor. No, I
oh my God, it's Bartlett, Bradley, and Bannister. I just realized that they're all B's.
Why? It makes it difficult. It's Bradley. Old Lady Bradley
has called Bannister for help.
Yeah.
Lucy has heard this on the answering machine, so this is her next stop.
She's communicating with the evil one again.
Right.
Yeah. So Lucy then goes to Patricia's house to help, and Ray is with her, but he can see the house is super evil. Like, in Ray's eyes, the house is undulating with evilness.
In Ghost eyes, you can see how bad this place is.
Lucy then secretly enters the house, just goes right in, and Patricia directs her to her bedroom before her mom comes back. Lucy thinks that Patricia's mom is hurting her, but Patricia doesn't ever say, yes, that's what's happening, ever. She's just makes simpering noises.
Dee Wallace is doing this very well, but it's incredibly annoying.
It's very annoying. So in her bedroom, there's an urn, and Lucy goes to touch it, and Patricia won't let her touch it. And she implies that they are the ashes of her father, who killed himself after the murders at the sanatorium.
So her mother forces her to have Dad's ashes in the room.
As punishment.
This movie out of fucking nowhere adds a magic urn to the sauce. And we don't need that.
Yeah, magic urn.
Because it goes to, for the next
I mean,
15?
if the ghosts are committed to their grave sites, why wouldn't they be committed to their ash sites?
It goes nowhere. For the next 20 minutes, the arc of this urn goes nowhere.
I mean, other than to tell us who the
Don't worry,
bad guy is.
I'll be here the whole time. We're
Okay.
gonna do this. We're gonna do this again.
So then Patricia puts the urn in the closet to hide it from Lucy. So then she's like, Mom says I'm evil, just like Johnny, and asks Lucy to come to Mom's room. So Patricia then shows Lucy a bunch of old newspaper clippings, and Lucy tells Patricia that, like, that's not you anymore. I know you're good now. And Patricia says,
Lucy
like,
is such a bad judge of
she's
character.
such a bad judge of character. And Patricia says it was all Johnny the whole time.
Right.
And then she hears Mother is coming.
Right. So the movie is desperately telling you that Mom is the bad guy here.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think it's terribly effective.
No, I feel
but-
like as an audience member, even when I originally saw this when I was 14, I feel like we knew it
Yeah,
wasn't Mom.
we
It was
knew.
Patricia the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lucy hides in the wardrobe in Mom's room where she finds Frank's utility knife.
Yep. The FB,
FB
on the
is
handle.
on it, yeah. Then she starts to sneak out of the house, but at the same time, something is escaping the urn.
Yeah, the urn is glowing.
Yeah.
And then the wallpaper
Yeah,
creeps.
and the wall ghost
Basically,
is
the
moving
ashes
through
go
the house.
out and go into the walls.
So Ray has finally come into the house as Lucy is walking out the front door.
Immediately gets his face ripped off.
He does. The Reaper slices his face off and then throws his ghost corpse on the hood of
Onto
Lucy's
the hood
car.
of Lucy's car. Of course, you can't see it.
Yeah.
This face cutting off, it looks really cool.
It does.
As it goes off, for whatever reason, they chose for the inside of Ray's head to be like a geode.
I missed that. Yeah.
It's like glowy purple and weird. I don't know. It's just
I didn't pause it there, so I didn't look that
like
closely.
interesting choices.
Yeah. So Lucy goes to Frank in jail to tell him about the knife and that he's a good person. He's like all like hunched up against the wall, and she's trying to tell him like he's
I hate
actually
this
a good
scene.
person.
This scene sucks.
But he won't talk to her, and she calls him a hypocrite. And then finally he responds and he tells her he doesn't want to hurt her, and she calls that crap and wipes a
from
tear off
eye,
his face, and
and
then
for
they
whatever
hug.
reason, the womanly touch softens Frank, and he hugs her. And now for the rest of the movie, they're
They're
deeply
a
in
couple.
love.
Yeah, they're suddenly a couple.
It doesn't fucking make any sense.
Yeah, they have a couple connection now. So Stuart and Cyrus have come in to the police station, and they're saying it's like walking in on their parents, hugging. They're just
Right.
hugging.
The
Whatever.
ghosts, because the ghosts have to be there for what happens next.
Yeah.
The ghosts show.
And so we pull back, and we see that there's a 41 on Lucy's forehead.
Right. Lucy, like, to be fair, Frank is the problem here. And like, I think the selections of the next ghosts are happening at this point because Frank is getting close to people.
Why?
Because motherfucking weirdo. Look, his whole thing is numbers. He doesn't really care. That's
Yeah.
what's annoying about
Well,
this.
this is
'cause
why is he
could-
following Frank if it's only about numbers?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At this point, the only logical next victim is because Frank is around.
Yeah.
And this wallpaper ghost can go be on the other side of town fucking up, racking up points.
He could be.
So,
Whatever.
I don't know.
So the Reaper ghost comes in, and Frank tries to hurt him, but just goes right through him. He
Right.
can't fight him.
So this is a fun scene where Stu and Cyrus ghosts are able to fight Reaper ghost through the walls.
Yes.
Now these two people, Frank and Lucy, are stuck in this locked cell.
Yeah.
So it's a fun thing where these characters, these human characters, are standing there trying to like dodge attacks as ghosts are fighting, going in and out.
Yes,
Like
and
there's things that keep happening in this movie that I fucking really
No, I
dig.
love it. There's so many things that are going around every scene that are so great. I have to remind you guys, this movie has problems, but it's still a really good movie.
And I have to remind you guys, every once in a while, this movie's really good.
Okay. So Frank is telling Lucy to tell the cops that she's ready to leave, right?
Right.
And the Reaper then kills Stuart
Yeah, Stu dies.
while Bannister and Lucy escape. Lucy goes...
No, wait a minute.
Sorry.
Stu dies.
Yeah.
Sorry. So this is a new thing. Stu dies because the Reaper's able to
Reach in
into the
and pull
Stu
his
ghost
essence out of
and
his
basically
ghost.
pull his light out.
Yeah, his light
This
out.
is new.
And he then crushes it.
And
It is
then
new.
crushes it.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is that? What does that mean? Does that mean he's doesn't have access to the corridor later?
Which is what I would
Spoiler,
expect.
he does.
He does. I know. I would expect that. His
What
soul
does it-
was crushed, but it wasn't.
It almost is like in the movie, you're like, oh, that's big.
It's
Does
like
that
that-
negate an experience?
It's like the animation of his spirit is no longer available to him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
he's off the Wi-Fi now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Stuart's
little
dead.
things keep being added, like, this is a cool idea. I'm like, but what does it mean? And they never answer it.
Well, that's because you and I live in a different world than movies. Movies have such a short period to tell stories that they...
Oh, don't talk to me about short. Don't talk to me about short time. We're going to talk about Peter Jackson and how long he takes to make a fucking movie.
Yeah, okay.
I got numbers. I got receipts coming up.
Okay. Lucy and Bannister get out of the cell, and Lucy goes to Dammer and tells him that Frank has gone crazy. So Dammer pulls out his gun and points it at Frank. While doing that, Lucy then kind of like backs up for a fire extinguisher, and then she like blows it at Dammer. Not like knock him off the head. She didn't hurt him. She's always blowing it at him. And then the Reaper kills Cyrus. Because Cyrus was still fighting the Reaper the whole time.
Both Frank's ghosts
All of Frank's ghosts are dead.
All of Frank's ghosts.
All of, because Judge died already too. So Lucy and Frank then escape out of the entire jail police station. So Frank is like, I can't fight it. The only way is to have an out-of-body experience right now. And then he holds a gun to his head that he had taken from Dammers at some point. I don't remember that.
He kicks him after the fire extinguisher goes down. He kicks him in the chest, and the gun flips up out of the smoke. And
What a cartoon.
It's funny. It's a very cartoon moment that I was like, yay. I'm
mad that I missed that. Okay. But Lucy's like, but wait, I know a better way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this isn't
Don't forget, Lucy's a doctor, even though she's been a victim the entire time. Lucy's a doctor.
I don't think she's been a victim the whole time. I think she's been the main investigator all this time. She's really throwing
herself
herself
I feel like she's such a limp noodle.
I think she's dumb for taking on. I love it when I don't know which one Jamie's laughing at. You or me.
Both. It started with limp noodle and it ended with dumb.
So I love this idea. I love we're going to
get you an out-of-body experience.
We're going to get you an out-of-body experience. Yeah. It's the perfect funness. It's the promise of this movie. It's Flatliners.
Thank you. Yes.
But you get to see that. It's like the only way I can complete this mission is if I'm a ghost.
Yeah. So we have to see that part.
And then you put a clock on it. And
Lucy's like, okay, I can lower your heart rate, but it only gives you 20 minutes. And it puts him in the freezer, but it only gives you 20 minutes. So as Frank starts to freeze, Lucy starts to prep all the wake-up stuff.
She's got adrenaline. She's got blankets. She's got a defibrillator.
Yeah. An AED. So then Dammer shows up and sees Frank in the freezer. And Lucy's like, I'm reviving him at 9 o'clock. And he's like, why would you want to do that? He's like very anti-Frank.
Dammers is the main villain now. Like one of the main villains now.
Yeah. Does this movie have a hero?
No.
Lucy?
Lucy?
The dumb limp noodle?
I think the ghosts and they're all dead.
Oh, yeah, they were so good.
Frank gets put in the freezer.
Frank is still supposed to be our hero.
He's not. Frank kisses his hand and puts it on the window, and Lucy does that too, and I'm like, unearned. These people do not love each other.
It actually starts with Lucy doing that.
Lucy
and
does
then
it
Frank
first.
responds.
Yeah.
But yes.
I don't believe that these two people love have affection.
How they've known each other for 2 days.
It's been I think it's been 36 hours.
It's been not
like the Romeo and Juliet. You're like, what are you guys doing? You've known each other for seconds.
Literally everything about Frank Bannister sucks.
Yeah. All right, so
he's a good person.
Lucy goes to open the freezer door, but Dammers pushes her away, and she grabs some sort of medical instrument, and so he pulls out an automatic weapon.
It's an Uzi. It is a giant gun.
I wasn't sure what kind of weapon it was.
I put submachine gun in my notes,
but
and then
he
later
says
they
Uzi
say
later.
Uzi later.
Yeah, they do say Uzi later. So then she drops the instrument that she was holding. Meanwhile, Frank has stepped out of his body, his spirit has stepped out of his body, and away from the light. And then he falls through the floor. He forgets that he can stand on the floor.
Now remember, these ghosts, every time they have different abilities to like touch walls and
interact with life, yeah. So Dammers has arrested Lucy and put her in handcuffs, and he put her in the back of his car. He pulls out a donut out of his jacket to sit on because obviously his stress is so bad he has hemorrhoids.
Like a sitting donut. It's like a cushion.
Which is weirdly the other thing that I really remember about this movie. I think
donut?
the first time I saw it, I was like, I don't understand what that means.
It's so funny that I'm like, surely that's not a detail you're going to put in here. But
I
you
totally
did. And then Jamie's like, yeah, that's what I remember. That's the thing I remember the most about this movie.
Him sitting on a donut.
So then Lucy starts yelling at him, and he hates that so much. He starts to cringe, and then he turns on the radio, and then we hear the only song that comes out of the entire soundtrack that I recognize because everything was Superstar. cover Sonic Youth.
By Sonic Youth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I know this song.
Well, you got another credit song. You absolutely know the credit
I don't
song.
know if I actually watched the credits, but okay.
Boy, you must have hard cut the fuck out of this.
I was like, okay, I'm done.
I think the song starts playing before the credits come on.
But like, I was like, finally a song I recognize.
The movie is mostly Danny Elfman's score. This is a diegetic song, so it's on the radio.
It's on the radio.
So I think there's only 2 actual songs in this whole movie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, okay, so Frank has left the hospital and he's chasing Lucy because Dammers has left the hospital with Lucy in his car. And the Reaper is also chasing Lucy.
Right.
And so right as the Reaper goes for Lucy, Frank is able to push him out of the car. And they fight
Give me a second.
in the road.
Give me a second.
They're fighting in the road.
Give me a second.
Ghost Frank and Ghost Reaper are fighting in the road.
No, you keep going.
And
Don't stop. Don't stop now.
And then a semi hits the Reaper. Where are you?
I can't. Okay. I went on my notes looking for something, and I'm deep into the hospital.
No, you gotta back up.
I know.
We're not there
and
yet.
It's so
We're
much
in the
is
graveyard.
left.
We're going to the graveyard.
There we go. Map of Pain. Got it.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Woof.
We're right before the map of pain.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
This
now
sounds. It does sound like a mythical. Like it does feel like we're playing
Lord of the
Dungeons and
Rings?
Dragons
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Wait, where are we?
Wait, where?
Oh, we're the map of pain. We're going to the cemetery.
Well, I crit. Crit 1.
Okay, so Dammers has taken Lucy to the cemetery for some fucked up reason. And
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
He just takes her there and is like, I like
he's like,
being
I
here.
plan on keeping her for 11 hours in the cemetery.
So, the idea
Specifically,
is he's
yeah.
keeping her there in order to make 11 hours.
He
doesn't
says
make any
11
sense.
hours. No, he says, I'm keeping you
It's
here.
not minutes to
No,
make sure
I am
Frank
keeping
dies?
you here for the next 11 hours.
But this is also another one of those Jeffrey Combs like moments.
Sure.
He's
So she
really-
starts yelling at him again, and he gets out of the car, and then he comes out, and he starts unbuttoning his shirt.
Lucy's still in the back seat.
Yeah.
He gets out and he's standing in the headlights.
Yeah.
So they're far away, and he opens up his shirt, and he's like, "This is my roadmap of pain,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's his bare chest is just scarred to fuck with like
Cult
iconography and symbols and
words.
whatnot. And I'm just like, I want to know this character.
You don't get to.
Every
And
time,
he's a jerk.
but he's been made a monster.
I know.
It's, you know.
I know. So then, as he's like telling her his story, his life mission, whatever, the car turns on and it starts to move. And Dammers thinks that he's controlling it. He literally thinks that telling Lucy his life story has allowed him the mental capacity to move the car with his mind.
But it's reversing. He's like, no. I guess this isn't me. And
Yeah.
we see that it's actually Frank, Ghost Frank in the car, driving
Yeah.
it backwards.
Frank proceeds to drive off until the general pulls him out of the car.
Right. So now we're in the part of the movie where nonstop bullshit happens until the end of this movie. It's nonstop bullshit. So just as these two are going to get away, Arlie Ermy, the belligerent army ghost, pulls Frank Ghost out and is
Yep.
like, I told you you'd be back here.
Yes.
And they fight.
And they fight, but then the Reaper comes and he sliced the general right in half. And then the Reaper gets into the back seat with Lucy
Trying
and
to get
grips
her.
her harp. Frank then pops up
With
the general's
with the
automatic
general's
weapons.
guns, and now it's more ghost on ghost violence.
Yep, more ghost on ghost violence. And Lucy gets free of the car. Dammers tries to keep her from the front seat for some reason, but she fights him off and drives off in the car, right?
Great.
Okay,
I don't know.
so Lucy's in the cop car, and Frank and the Reaper are fighting. Frank has shot the Reaper with his ghost
His
Uzis
ghost guns.
into bits.
Okay, and here's the point where it's like he's shooting off the cloak.
Yeah, he is.
Right, the cloak is turning into
jelly.
tatters,
Yeah.
and then when the tatters fall, they turn to black ooze.
Yeah, to jelly, yeah. And so he then picks up the one with the face, and he holds it up, and he starts smashing into it
So
until
the
he
one little last bit.
who are you? And then it turns into Johnny Bartlett.
Right, shock.
Shock.
I guess we held off all this time.
Come on.
The Reaper has
Who
been
else could it have been?
Jake Busey, Johnny's Bartlett the whole time. Somehow he got the ability to do all this shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck you, I'm going to keep doing it. And
Right.
oozes his way out of the scene.
Meanwhile, all the cemetery ghosts have come to watch, and we see the last victim of the real life victim of Johnny Bartlett.
Right. He's got the 12 on his forehead.
Yeah, and he's like, thank you for killing him, avenging us. But meanwhile, all the bits of the cloak of Johnny Bartlett are oozing together.
Well, I was just trying to jump ahead of this. So, yeah, they go down to the sewers. Frank on ooze. It is a terrible CGI scene. Probably the worst.
Yeah, it's the worst one in the whole movie. Yeah. So then Frank follows the oozing into the lower crypt and fights it. And then Frank gets the scythe. And he does the cool ching.
Chick, yeah.
Opening up the scythe. And Johnny has turned back into his normal ghost self. And then Frank goes to slice him at the same time. His body has got an AED on it to wake. Yeah.
So much could have been awesome here. It's so frustrating because you need two things to happen, and they do. But in between the two things is a bunch of bullshit. So when Frank gets that scythe and clicks it open, somehow, for whatever reason, the sludge, I guess the vestiges of the cloak, finally get off of Johnny. And Johnny is just a Jake Busey ghost.
Yeah.
He's the first time we've ever seen a Jake Busey ghost.
Yeah.
And now it's like the Reaper powers are gone. And that to me told me now he's forced to be underneath carpets again and behind wallpaper again, because that's what he inevitably does later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scythe is going to cut him.
Yeah.
And just when it comes down, he gets resuscitated and falls back.
Yes.
That's fun. And I'm just like, oh, I'm getting out of this pool of nonsense to see the fun.
Okay, well, Frank is alive again.
So Frank wakes up. So
sounds so disappointed. Oh, well, Frank is alive again.
And
he kind of was.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, too bad.
I mean, come on, like he was right there about every single time a movie is
for
like.
the fucking love of God, Jamie, they're going to pull this trick one more time in this movie.
They are. Frank dies again in this movie.
We're done, right?
No,
let's just do credits.
Let's keep going. Okay, so Frank's alive again. He tells her it's Johnny Bartlett. He's back in killing again. So they go to Patricia's house to get her out of the house because they still don't realize that Patricia's in on it.
Wild.
At her house, the mom won't let her leave. Lucy accuses her of having Frank's knife, and so she's like, "You were in my room," and runs upstairs. Patricia follows.
Yeah, this all becomes.
And so like
stuff.
Lucy just like goes into the parlor and starts looking at pictures. It's weird. Then Patricia comes back.
Why wouldn't?
I don't know.
I know. I'm actively slowing you down now, which is just sorry.
So Patricia comes back downstairs and she says Mother needs a few minutes, but she's ready to go to the police.
She definitely murked her.
Of course she did. So as they're waiting, I love that
you use the term murked.
As they're waiting, Lucy tells her Johnny Bartlett is back, and Patricia says that she knows, and he visits her at night and torments her. And Johnny's ghost just shows up at the same time, and he wants to kill Lucy now.
Right. So
and he's asking Patty if we can kill her. So at the same time that Lucy is saying, "Oh, I know he's a bad guy," Johnny Bartlett's ghost is there. This could be a
cool scene where D. Walls has to play both conversations, but it's not. It doesn't quite work.
Sure.
And like this is where
I feel like it's fine.
Ghost Jake Busey reveals that
Patty's been part of it the whole time.
Part of the whole time. The whole idea is numbers. He wants to be more than, and since he's been dead. I wrote this
down. 41 is 8 more than Gacy, and in 9 more after 41, they will break Bundy's record. And he can't wait to see Bundy's face when he tells him.
Right. He's mad that the Russian cannibal's out there.
Yeah.
Claiming 50 plus. Yeah. That's Andre Chikatilo.
Yeah.
It's just kind of grosso stuff.
It's very gross.
The whole idea is like, and then he goes, the cannibal Russian is claiming 52 plus. We need to hit that because this record should be American.
Yes.
Which is a garbage. It's demanding that you believe that this is in America, which we do not know.
It's not.
It's a weird jingoistic thing where I like why didn't he go, that guy is a monster. We're doing this out of love. Like, make them psychopathic lovers.
Makes it almost worse.
Yeah.
Okay. So as he's giving off all these numbers, she's like, yes. And then Lucy's like talking to her. So she's like, what is going on? Like she's responding to things she's not.
We finally get a heel turn here, right?
Yeah.
Patricia finally shows her.
So Patricia and Johnny have some weird physical touches that, from Lucy's perspective, seem very strange, active, and body
it's again
movements.
miming being felt up.
Yes. So then they go to the kitchen, and Johnny hands Patty a knife and says, you kill her, I'll watch.
Right. So, again, this is a little problem I have where I'm like, just Johnny shows up and is like, I want to kill her now. I'm like, well, kill her now. But without the cloak, without whatever. He needs the human to kill her. So now he's whispering in her ear like he did when she was a 15-year-old.
When she was a teenager, yeah.
And so I'm like, that cloak must have been a superpower.
It must have been. Right. Yeah, it must have been. I agree
so
with that.
So now Johnny is being like, Patricia,
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you now need to pick up the weapons to do what I want to do.
Okay, so meanwhile, Lucy went upstairs to find Mother's dead body.
She's murked.
Yeah. Patricia tries to kill Lucy after she's discovered the body, but she gets away and locks her in the room. She basically gets out of the bedroom, locks her in the bedroom. But Patricia has a shotgun now. I guess Mom has a shotgun in her closet.
Well, it's a shotgun from the cold open.
Yeah, and so then she shoots through the door. And
from now on in my notes, she's called Shotgun Patty.
Got it. Okay, so after Lucy ducks down on the floor, she's then attacked by the carpet. But as she's being attacked by the carpet, Frank shows up to fight the carpet.
Fight the carpet.
Yes.
Flesh Frank is here to fight.
Frank and Lucy then go into Patricia's bedroom, but a painting attacks them, and they fight it off, and the spirit goes into the urn. So that's Johnny, who's obviously injured. He has no powers anymore. It turns out that it's Johnny Bartlett's urn, not her father's.
Oh my God, is it?
Yes!
I love that they show, like, they wipe off the little plaque to show his name, and I'm like, yeah, movie. Yeah. Let's go.
So they realize that they have to take it to a church, to sanctified ground, to destroy the evil.
Also not a thing that's ever happened in this movie.
Yeah. And then she's like, well, there's a chapel on the sanatorium grounds, which is just next door.
So this, on one hand, makes no fucking sense because no one brought up the whole sanctified fucking thing, and it comes to goddamn nothing again.
I know.
And then on the other hand, it's
just a red herring.
Yeah, it's a 20 fucking minute Reddit hearing that started with this urn and is going to end with the urn not getting there. For fuck's sake. But also it opens up the whole idea of where the massacre took place. This house that is the only thing we've seen. Now you go across the grounds and there's the hospital and the chapel, and it's bigger. Yeah.
Okay, so they get away. I forgot how they got away.
They just shows them running across the overgrown
so they didn't
field.
like crawl out the window or anything?
Nope.
I was just like, how did they get away?
Hard cuts to them running across a field.
Okay. They didn't want to tell us. Got it. So they get away to the hospital and they start looking around in the hospital. Frank then starts to see the past. He's literally walking through the hospital in the past.
And this is when I'm at the end of my night, upset, and I'm like, oh my God, we're in a beautiful... This
it's
scene
beautiful. It is beautiful.
Can be done so well. I love
it was
the
awesome.
idea of this, and the execution again falls fucking flat.
It's fun to watch Lucy in the present and Frank in the past, and they can't no longer see
crossing.
Frank can no longer see her.
So this hospital, the interior of this hospital is like what you think of old like insane asylums that are abandoned. There's like mattressless beds like sitting around. There's acoustic tile falling from the ceiling. It's rotten, dilapidated. Frank, just being in here triggers him back to the day of the massacre, and it's like a bright day.
Yeah.
Sunshine is coming through. So he is walking
and it's
around.
Black and white or sepia toned.
It's like brighter than that. I think it's like very like unctuous and like orangey. And it's stark contrast from the grays of this particular night that they're in. And it just keeps cutting back to him like witnessing the massacre from his POV in the past and then where he is trying to hide in the present.
Right.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. I agree.
But I'm so tired at this point.
I know, but see, like, that's part of the reason why I love this movie. Sorry. There's so many things that I really enjoy about this movie. This is such a great idea. This movie is chock full of great ideas. Okay, so the past then tells Frank that the chapel is on the 4th floor. Like, it just, like, conveniently helps him. And
the past just like, he just overhears where the chapel is.
Meanwhile, we also see how Johnny starts the massacre.
And this doctor calls him an idiot, and Johnny goes, I guess you're number one.
Yeah, and then he pulls out a shotgun, and he kills him. So he's back in the present. They begin up the stairs. And then as they're going up the stairs, the past intrudes again. This time, it's Patricia with a scalpel cutting in the numbers in the foreheads.
Right. So now we see 15-year-old, the actress who plays the 15-year-old Dee Wall is awesome. She looks great.
Yeah.
And we see that she's just not, fell in love with the wrong bad dude. She's a monster.
She is part of this, yeah. Patricia in real life has come to the hospital shooting at them, and they run. And as they're running, the past again intrudes, and Johnny shoots someone, and this intrusion now has separated them. They have lost each other.
This is the part I was worried about talking about, because so much is happening.
So now that they're separated, Dammers has shown up.
So now we have...
And he has caught Lucy. She is separated from Frank. And he won't let her speak. So he's got his hands on her mouth. And Frank is like calling for her and looking for her. And he's hiding now under a bed because Patricia's coming.
That's one of my favorite scenes. Is him under the bed flickering back from the past, to the present.
To the future. Yeah, that's great.
And then the shotgun hits and the hand with the rosary falls down. It's fucking cool looking.
And it was a fun part where like Patricia was the shooter and is the shooter.
And is the shooter.
Yeah.
She's like,
it's really
aged
good.
Up. It's so good.
So good, yeah.
And then I'm just like, I want the whole movie to be this.
So Lucy has escaped Dammers somehow, like fought him off because he's a pussy.
Got his hand off of her mouth and yelled at him, and he had to throw up.
That's all it takes. Lucy's gotten into an elevator with a cage, like the old-fashioned ones.
Yeah.
And so
I would not trust some elevator in a dilapidated building.
Lady, like we went to the Stanley Hotel.
Oh yeah,
and
those
they
were
had
scary.
one, and I got shocked every time I tried to push the button on that thing. And like the third time, I'm like, we're taking the stairs.
Yes, I remember that. We took the stairs from there and on.
Yeah.
But it was like we were so drunk that last time.
Shocking.
Lucy's in the old elevator and it's making a bunch of noise because she pushed it up. She's trying to go up. And the noise has attracted Patricia. And so we see Patty and Johnny in the past kill the last victim, number 12. Lucy is stuck. The elevator won't go all the way up.
Right. She's between floors. But her head's just like at floor level.
Yeah. But up there, Frank has now found the chapel. So then Frank finds Lucy, and she had to earn the whole time. So she gives Frank the urn, and through like a gap in the cage.
Through the elevator grate.
Yeah. And Frank goes to the chapel, and he places it on a bench outside. And he grabs a crucifix to like break down the door to open the chapel.
The chapel's, okay.
And it's so funny when he breaks down the door enough to get the urn inside. The chapel is like bathed in blue light. It's holy.
I thought the movie was telling me that a corridor of life was beaming down in this chapel perpetually.
It's a holy
and that's
place.
what you need to do. And I'm like, okay, that's what we're doing. And then it's like, hey, remember the whole storyline about this urn? Fuck you.
Yeah. So then Frank accidentally bumps the statue, which is outside the door, which then falls and lands on a bench that the urn is on, and then the urn goes flying, and Dammers catches it.
It's a Rube Goldberg that doesn't need to happen. Remember, earlier also, this movie is asking you to remember all the shit that happens because it's so clever. Just outside of this chapel, Frank, his boot went through a floorboard.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Write that in your little notebook.
I did. So Frank's like, give that to me. And Dammers is like, let me guess. You have to get these ashes to consecrated ground to destroy the evil. Under no circumstances should they be released. Mm-hmm. And then Dammers opens it. And he pours out the herbs.
Dumps the ashes out.
And then he goes, oops.
Then you see little...
What is wrong with... Is he just evil?
Yes, he's an asshole.
He believes in this supernatural, but not that supernatural.
Yeah.
And I hate to break it to you guys. This is a type of idiot that runs our lives right now.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm in the highest echelons of power. The earth is flat.
Yeah.
That is what this character is.
Yeah. So then Frank's like, you have no idea what you just did. And Dammers...
Do we see Jake Busey's little face in the ashes?
Yeah, we saw his little face in the ashes.
Yeah.
Yes, as it blew away, yes. Dammers now has an Uzi.
Yep.
And shoots Frank.
The same
Just
Uzi.
shoots Frank, but somehow he only like grazes his arm.
He sprays like 17 bullets and fucking a little slice goes through Michael J. Fox's shoulder.
Yeah. So he then orders him to get up and turn around. And Frank, he doesn't want to. He's like, I don't want to shoot you in the back, so you need to get up and turn around. Yeah.
And so this is so annoying. He's like, I just tried to spray you with bullets. Only one nicked you. And I want to kill you, but I don't want to shoot you in the back.
Yeah.
So you need to face me.
Yes.
And Frank then goes, oh no, I'm going to die. And then notices that Shotgun Patty is down the corridor looking as well.
Yes. And then he also notices there's a hole in the floor.
The earth, I told you, you put it in your notebook.
I did.
The hole in the floor that he already made. So he clocks all of this bullshit, turns around,
and then steps in the hole.
And then just steps in the hole, which I don't know why you needed the hole. You could just fall down.
Right, exactly. It's so dumb.
As he falls, like trust falls
in
onto
the hole.
This asylum floor.
Patty then had shot the gun.
Patty shotguns Milton's head off. His head explodes.
Gone. He's a corpse without a head.
The ghost version of him is already there.
Yes.
And then Frank Bannister's body falls down through four fucking floors.
4 floors. Over and over and over. All the floors are so rotten, he just falls through 4
I really
floors.
thought I would have stopped talking about this by now.
No, we're still going.
This is fun, though.
Yeah.
I am having a good time.
Glad you're having a good time. I am too. Because it's a good movie, Mike.
I thought I just would have left it to you and Jamie at this point. She's downstairs making some pancakes.
Okay, so Lucy is then calling his name, Frank, and Patricia goes after her because she's like, oh, well, now I have a victim. And then so she shoots at Lucy, but she ducks, and then she starts the elevator down. At the bottom, Lucy gets out and goes to Frank. Patricia then knocks her with the butt of the gun, knocks her out. Frank is now in the past.
Yeah.
When his wife died, remembering the Reaper killing her. And Patricia taking his knife to carve in the number 13.
Right. So the idea is Frank now has this flashback that he only almost killed his wife in a drunken asshole rage. And who actually did it. And you're telling me that the Reaper, he has the cloak at this point.
Yeah, he has
Johnny
the cloak at this
has
point.
the cloak.
Yep.
Doesn't make any sense, does it? But sure enough, Deborah's not dead yet. Reaper's there. And then young Patty does her own carving with the blade.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Number 13.
Number 13.
Anyway.
Yeah, not young Patty. It's Patty from 5 years ago. It's only 5 years ago.
Oh, you're right. It
Yeah.
isn't young Patty.
It's not young Patty. It's when Patty first got out.
There is a thing in, like, she was sentenced to life.
She was sentenced to life when
went
she
to the
did,
electric
like...
chair, and then there was some...
It's funny that, like, most
we didn't bring
countries
that up.
don't call life. Like, here is, like, America, life means, like, for the rest of your fucking life. But, like, Canada, and I'm assuming New Zealand, life is, like, 25 years. You know, it's not really life. It's, like, basically the life that you took.
Her sentence got commuted as long as she would go home and live in the house.
Yeah, she's on house arrest, whatever. Right. But so she got out in 1991 or something, and that is when she did all this. Anyways, okay, so...
We're so close.
Johnny and Patricia are standing over Frank, and they're like, you're next. But she goes to shoot him, and he's, like, resigned. But the shells are out. And so Patty and Frank...
This endless shotgun finally ran out of bullets.
Yeah. So Patty and Frank then fight while Johnny holds down Lucy because she woke up. Patricia uses the gun to strangle Frank, and he goes limp. She then goes looking for an instrument for cutting to do the number in his head. And
she finds a little knife.
And she picks up this giant pick-looking thing.
So what happened is she chokes Frank out to death, is what we understand.
Yeah.
And then
she picks up a bone saw, and she's like, well, this way, and...
I don't think she wanted to carve.
No, I feel like she wants to carve. No, I think she wants to carve him.
She just needs a weapon to kill Lucy. And she picks up the little bone saw, and then she's like, no. And she picks up a pickaxe and goes, I'm in the mood for a little vivisection.
Yes. So then as she
she's
raises
just trying to find a weapon to kill Lucy.
As she raises the weapon, Frank grabs her.
The ghost Frank.
Grabs her, and the corridor of life appears at the same time. And then Frank pulls her spirit out of her body.
So, timeout. Frank died. Corridor of life did not show up right away. It had to wait for a dramatic pause.
Yeah.
And then when it does show up, he's able to Frank is able to reach into Patty's...
Didn't we already say that certain ghosts have certain powers?
...living body and just yank it out of her.
Yeah,
like
he was able to.
Unensoul her.
I felt like in the movie that the corridor of life gave him the extra oomph he needed to do that.
Fine.
I wish I was on video. Where were we?
So he starts dragging Patricia up through his corridor of life, and Johnny
follows.
Needs to follow because
and they're fighting up the corridor, and they're almost all the way to the top when Johnny gets Patricia away from Frank, and then Frank gets to the top, and his ghost buds have shown up. So it's Stu and Cyrus. He gets
to the most stereotypical heaven
cloud
imaginable. It's clouds.
Yeah, clouds. Yeah.
And then out walks Stu and Cyrus. Cyrus got new clothes, smoking a cigar, all the shit he wanted. Stu looks stupid. Like
he's getting all the honeys now, supposedly.
Apparently you fucking heaven.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know, but like, okay.
Anyways, so as the guys are there with him, and then they're watching, and the corridor of life turns red.
Yeah, so
and then it's full of snakes.
And it's full of snakes. They're going to get what they deserve as skinned sandworms from Beetlejuice take them off to Kai's Power Tools plugin of Hell 2.0.
The imagery is not quite the same.
It is the worst CGI I've ever seen.
It was pretty bad. But it was also 1996.
A light tunnel turns into colonoscopy.
Yes.
And then little like weird snippy worms come down and drag them down into a lava pit.
Yes.
Did you get the Kai's power tool jokes?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. So then in heaven, Frank sees, he's with Cyrus and Stu, and he sees his wife, and she's like, "It's time to go home, Frank." And he's like, "I am home, but it's not his time. It's not your time." So they push him. They just like gently push him.
Powers of movies say Frank doesn't get to die again. And he wakes back up to a crying Lucy.
Yeah, and Lucy's holding his body, and he wakes up, and that's the end of that night.
We cut to the demo of the house.
Frank's dream house is being torn down. Lucy and Frank are having a picnic, and they're kissing and on their lawn watching this house being torn down. And then the sheriff shows up, and he asks Frank to collaborate on a book with him.
Right.
He says that Patricia had a whole stack of Ouija boards and just been like talking to her dead boyfriend as soon as she got out of jail.
Was this some idea that Patricia was using the Ouija boards to like empower him in some way, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah. It sounds like it. So Frank is like, "Nah, I'm good, but maybe you can ask your guardian angel." And then the sheriff looks at the car and he's like, "Oh, you're fucking with me." And then he's like,
"This is cute, though. I like this.
It's so
I like
cute."
this.
And he's like, "Yeah, maybe I'm fucking with you." And then the car starts to drive off, and we see Dammers in the back seat.
Dead Milton being all pissed off in the back seat.
And then Lucy says, "That Dammers looks pissed."
and for a moment you go, "Oh yeah," and then you go, click. Oh. Maybe trauma makes you see ghosts. And now Lucy can see ghosts.
She actually says sometimes traumatic experience can
and they have
alter your perception.
Takes the picnic blanket
and she has a cowl and then she chases him. It look flirty chase.
Cute.
It's a very cute.
Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult.
That was true. That was in the
And you absolutely know that song.
I do know that song. Of course I do. I did know that song. That was the other second song I knew.
And credits.
Yeah. Movie's finally fucking over.
So many good ideas. Just so overstuffed.
Sure. The movie has always been, I have to say, like, I love this movie, but it has always been 20 minutes too long. There has never been a moment in my life where I felt like it could have been shorter.
100%.
Maybe that's
But that didn't detract me from liking this movie.
Peter Jackson went on to make all his movies multiple.
Hang on. I got you. I got you. I just feel like there's ideas and hats on hats. This man and his creative partner went on to do a 3-hour remake of King Kong, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, each averaging 3 hours long, and a trilogy out of The Hobbit, a 310-page book with a total runtime of 7 hours and 54 minutes.
Yeah, I couldn't watch The Hobbit, but I've seen the rest of it.
Set aside that fantasy ain't my thing. I just don't think this long-form storytelling is how I like stuff.
Does Peter Jackson have anything to do with the Lord of the Rings prequel TV show?
I don't know. Maybe I'm sure a producer.
I very much enjoy the TV show.
Yeah, I don't think they're writing on it. I know they're not writing on it, in fact. I'm sure he has a producer credit.
He might have a producer credit. But I very much enjoy the short form, hour-long episodes of a longer form. And it felt like his Lord of the Rings at the time was astonishing. It was making something I could not ever read. I could not stand reading Tolkien. It was just
Tolkien's shit is dry as fuck.
It was so difficult. And so he put it in a form. The movies came out
and they're long as fuck.
They are, but they are. It made you want to leave the movie. They should have been an intermission in the movie, like old-fashioned times.
Or just do it shorter, y'all.
But then there'd be 5 of them and not 3.
Here's my thing. Dead Alive is a beautiful and disgusting tale of a cloistered man trying to get out from under his mother's thumb in order to pursue a chance at love. It is a 3-act structure. It's tight and weird and fucked up. It's Peter Jackson and Ann Walsh, and it's an hour and 25 minutes.
We'll watch it. We'll talk about it.
The best thing he's ever done. And since then, he's been rewarded with more and more. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not my jam to entertain hats on hats on hats on hats.
He's definitely somebody who doesn't want to walk away from his ideas for a story. I get that.
And his collaborators are right there with him.
Yeah, of course.
There's no one there quite like editing down, like standing off some of these edges.
What if they did? What if each movie was originally like 5 hours long and he's like, this 3.5 one, this is
it probably probably was. You're probably
winnows
right.
down.
You are probably accurate.
Well, because if you've ever, you just said you didn't watch them. If you ever watch the extended cuts,
No.
those are like 4.5 hours long. They are great movies to turn on if you have like a project that you need to do.
Yeah, they're great movies to turn on if you don't like movies.
No, they're if you've already seen them, like actively watched them at least twice, then you just turn them on to have them on. Sometimes I use them at work if I'm like building something or doing something that is I need a little background noise because what I'm doing is so tedious. I need something going on, so I'll just turn on 4.5 hour extended cut Lord of the Rings, and you're just like.
I mean, I said earlier, this movie does have a director's cut that's 14 minutes longer. So, like, this is his modus operandi.
Yeah.
It's like he makes incredibly long things that I personally feel could be like pared down to like.
There was
get a
definitely
little
a
more
way to make
concise.
this movie a little shorter. For
You guys
sure.
want to know the best part?
What's that?
We're almost on hour 2 of recording.
Oh, fuck.
This is the longest podcast we've ever done. Thank you, Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson's
Son of a
episode.
bitch.
Oh, I can't wait till we do Dead Alive and find out if it was shorter.
I told you the fucking runtime. It is.
All right, I feel like it's time for a question then.
Oh my God. What'd you say?
Question. It was time
A
for
question
a question.
from John?
Yes.
Who's your favorite actor or actress in The Frighteners?
Easy for Michael.
I mean, I'll just go first. It's Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah.
He's been in, like, not a ton of stuff that I love, but the stuff he's in, I intensely love.
Yeah. He's a walking cartoon, for sure.
Yeah, but yet he can also dial it back to be very subtle, and like he could be the straight man, and then during it, like in From Beyond, he's very much straight man, then gets like increasingly
Sure.
big, and even in this, he's just like, there's a moment in this during the interrogation with Frank where he comes in and is like, did you ever know about this? Blah, blah, blah. And he comes over and he sits down and then he immediately stands back up and he's just like,
Yeah, he can't get
he
centered.
just can't get subtle.
Yeah.
He's settled. He's amazing.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have always been fond of Michael J. Fox, and I can't walk away from. I mean, regardless of his ability to be an asshole in this movie, he's still my favorite. So, like,
I mean, I would argue it doesn't accomplish full asshole because he's Michael J. Fox.
He's Michael J.
Yeah.
Fox. No, he's not really an asshole in this movie. He's like a lost puppy.
I
And
thought that was part of the casting decision to put Michael J. Fox in this to be
Yeah.
like,
100%.
we need someone who's an asshole but is still lovable.
Yes.
because
Right.
Otherwise, nobody's going to want to watch.
yes,
Exactly.
and
The
they did a
movie
good job.
demands Frank Bannister is a piece of shit, and because it's Michael J. Fox, you're like, it's fine.
It's fine.
okay.
It's totally fine. Yeah,
It's okay.
And I love Michael J. Fox, and I always will. Like, I grew up with Michael J. Fox.
Dude's still with us.
I
Fucking
know.
Fighting through all kinds of shit.
I know.
What about Jake Busey?
Jake Busey is always a creep, right? Is he not ever?
I don't know if I can think of anything that he's
Contact, he
been
was a
in
creep?
No,
where
he's
he
a-
is like a nice
Identity.
guy.
The serial killer there.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, he was born with the face of a creep.
That's a wild thing to say, and I endorse it.
Oh, Jake.
Oh, Jake, come.
He could be 100% the nicest man in the world, but
Jake,
he's
DM me.
he's selling his face.
He got that Gary Busey
Yeah,
face.
it's the teeth. And also, like, this ability to just, like, play into it, for sure.
I mean, obviously, you know your strengths and you go for it.
Of course.
I mean, Gary Busey's insane. He got in that motorcycle crash and then
Yeah.
he was just
Just-
like, I'm just going to
Yeah.
Yeah.
do anagrams forever. Like, never mind. I don't know if they're
We should make it shorter, not longer.
What do you call it when, like, CUTE is CUT?
Oh, God.
Whatever those are. Whatever
Acrostics.
mnemonic devices. Is that what they are?
Are they acrostics?
Acrostic? Whatever it is. Busey, after his motorcycle crash, just made...
Was he not wearing a helmet?
I don't know.
Because he smacked his face real good.
But he just started coming out being like, cute means this.
Oh,
Soft
gosh.
means this. And you're like, everyone's just like,
this.
what are we doing? Okay. No, okay. Fear means forever, evolving, rotating. ellipsis. I don't know.
Oh my god.
It's rough out there.
All right, Michael, end it.
All right, you have just been numbered by another episode of the Creature Popcast. I want to thank our producer, Jamie. She sees dead people at cherrystreetstudios.com or cherry_street_studios on Instagram. Thank you to Kevin MacLeod for all of our music. Our art is made by myself and Lindsay. You get all of our episodes, our merch, and our signed and numbered lead breastplates at creaturepop.com. Until next time, don't piss on your hush puppies, John.
Bye, John.
I'm John.